have breaking news. Tropical Storm Erin has now formed in the Atlantic. The National Hurricane Center is now issuing advisories as well as putting out their first forecast cone. Erin is expected to become our first hurricane of the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season. Not only is it expected to become our first hurricane, it could become a major hurricane by the weekend. Here's a better look at the forecast map for Tropical Storm Erin. Right now, it is a weaker tropical storm, winds at 45 miles an hour, but it has formed rapidly. We were seeing this as a well-defined low earlier this morning, and then it really just strengthened and organized into a tropical storm. Now what we're expecting is it to move into some very favorable conditions as it moves across the Atlantic throughout the week. Still a very long time that we have to watch this. Right now, the National Hurricane Center does have this becoming a hurricane by Thursday, as early as Thursday morning. This could become our first hurricane of the season. And then on Saturday, that's when we could start to see this become a major hurricane. Category 3 is what the National Hurricane Center is saying. Now, right now, this is for all the way through Saturday. Still looking at some uncertainties after the weekend. We are still seeing that agreement this morning with our forecast models that this is going to be turning to the north. We still want to watch this closely along the East Coast, especially with this being the possibility of our first major hurricane and first hurricane of the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season. So what does that mean for you? What should you be doing? Right now, it's nothing to panic about. I know it is always concerning when you see that major hurricane forecast from the National Hurricane Center, but it's just too early to tell on where this is going to go. This morning, we were seeing some agreement with those forecast models that this will eventually turn towards the northeast. A lot of those forecast models this morning having it miss the U.S., but we still have a few outliers that get it closer to the U.S. and could impact the U.S. So still a lot of uncertainties there. It's good that we're seeing that agreement away from the U.S., but we want to continue to see that trend before we can really hone in on that forecast. For now, what you can be doing is just make sure everything's topped up in that hurricane kit. If this does end up missing the U.S. completely, you still want to have all of those supplies ready because we're heading into that active part of hurricane season. Not just August, we have September, October. That's going to be the very active part of hurricane season, and that's when these storms typically pop up. So make sure you're staying up to date with all of those forecasts coming in from the National Hurricane Center. Still a ways to watch with this. We have all week and weekend to be watching this before it can even get close to the U.S. So have a long time to keep an eye on this. Nothing to panic about. Just stay vigilant, especially on the East Coast and Bermuda.